Hi guys, welcome to the video. It's the month of August and a lot of special things happen in August, and one of those things is the heather. Now the heather comes out in the Netherlands only for a few weeks in the month of August, and I think the first week of September, and it's a really beautiful sight. Just whole fields erupt in dark pink and beautiful colours. But the only problem is I'm about 2.5 hours away from filming where the big blooms of heather are in the Netherlands, which is to the east around an area called the Veluwe, which is a national park. But I just don't have time to leave the Hague today. But luckily there's an area that I know where I have seen evidence of heather, and it's not too far away. So I'm going to take a gamble and go there today and see what the local heather looks like and do some photography with that. Hopefully the conditions will be good. At the moment it's quite overcast with little patches of blue sky. So it's not too overexposed, so fingers crossed that it'll stay like that. But before I go to the heather, there's something I have to do. Time for the summer holiday beard to go. So I'm here in my favourite secret little garden in around the Hague, in the general area of, and instead of going to the Veluwe, which is hours drive away, and people have been going to the Veluwe and being turned back by the park rangers because it's a health hazard because there's too many people congregating in one area. So I just come to my secret heather place, but I don't come across anyone here, and it's great. And I can see heather as well. It's probably not as widespread as what I'd find in the Veluwe, but there's definitely heather to be found here. This patch that I'm in is a little meadow, and it's open to the general public, which has kind of trampled a lot of it down. So the place I go, there's a lot more heather and it looks a bit more healthy than this. But here we are, and let's try and get some nice shots of some beautiful purple pinky heather. It's really good coming back into some nature, and as soon as I walk into the trees and listen to the bird song, I can feel my whole body just start to relax just a little bit more. It's just so peaceful here, and that peace kind of goes into your body and your soul. Well, it's Sunday morning, the next day, and just as I was about to get into the main part of the heather last night, I was struck by an unexpected feeling that I had to go to the loo. For those who don't understand what going to the loo is, you can Google that. And I'd gone out for lunch with my family yesterday, and something I ate didn't agree with me, so I had about 10 minutes to run out of the forest and get home and take care of business. But today is a new day. It's been raining all night, and I've got about an hour and a half window before rain sets in for the next, well, the rest of the day. And so the conditions are different. It's a bit more cloud cover, not as much sun as there was yesterday. So we'll just see what the new morning brings us and enjoy the heather. So I've just come to this broad field of heather, which made itself visible as I came through the trees. So I'm just going to set up here and take some close-ups, mediums, and some wide angles. So this seems like a great place to set up my tripod and take some shots. Here comes the rain. It looks like my weather radar wasn't right. It's really bucketing down now, so I'm going to have to find some cover. Luckily I came here yesterday and I got some shots during the morning. Oh shit, I have to pack up. The rain has stopped, so I don't know how long it stopped for, so I'm going to take this opportunity to get some shots of this beautiful heather, and yeah, here goes. I set the camera up on the tripod, but the way the sky is at the moment, my 70D is not exposing the bright highlights really well. So it's either all highlights and the heather is in shadows, or all heather and no sky. So it's a bit challenging at the moment. I've also been trying something a bit different. I've got a new phone, so a lot of this B-roll that you've been looking at is probably taken with my phone. I'm also recording this on my iPhone SE 2020. And the reason I've got a new phone is because my old phone, which was an iPhone 5, would no longer update anymore, so I couldn't use any of the apps. So I've just been doing a little field test with this new iPhone, and so far I've been more than impressed with the video quality and also the camera. So I think it's got the processor of the iPhone 11 in it, so that's probably got something to do with it. Anyway, before the next rain shower comes, I'll walk a little bit further on and try this heather field from a different angle to see if I can get some better results. Yeah, it's definitely tricky without an ND filter here. This iPhone resolves the sky really well, but when I look at the back of the camera, it's blown out, so I'm going to have to try and recover that in Lightroom. I don't have any filters with me to reduce the highlights in the sky, so being not a landscape photographer, that's not part of my normal kit. Maybe that will change in the future though. But that's a couple of shots that I've taken, and we'll have a look at those in the editing suite and see if we can recover that. Okay, we've taken the shot with the 70D. There's a bit of sun coming through. Might produce some nice colours in the heather. Anyway, I'm going to take a shot with my iPhone just to see how it compares with the 70D without a filter. The iPhone has a lot more processing power, so I expect the highlights to be able to be saved more so than in the 70D. But I guess if the 70D had some filters, then it would resolve that sky quite nicely. So there's a little tuft of heather there over my shoulder. So I've been trying to get some close-ups of that and the heather above it, wide angle and also portrait, and then I get the nice green trees behind it and a little bit of sky which I think has a little bit of blue in it, so I might be able to not lose the detail in the highlights. So I'll try some close-ups with that and just a bit tighter crop with the background, see if that works. I think it's raining more in this hut than it is outside. Well, that was quite an experience. I wasn't sure how long that was going to last, but it was pretty damn heavy rain, and my gear is a little bit wet, so I'm just making my way back to the car now. But that was a nice little session with the heather. Because this area is so small, it's difficult to make landscape photos in the sense that lots of wide angles, so I just mainly went for those tighter angles and little crops and detailed shots, and I hope we've got something out of it. Anyway guys, I'll see you next week. Feel free to like and subscribe, and in the meantime I hope you're all doing well, and I'll see you next time. Bye.